Are we on the internet?
I sure hope so.
Oh, I forgot to tell them we're gonna cut to Danny at that part. Tonight, the Mighty Nine reach the docks of Nicodranus, and what the fuck, you guys? What happened this week?
Yeah.
We're gonna find out with Liam O'Brien, Marisha Ray, as always, the lovely Danny Carr, and Kiri.
And Kiri.
Max, say hi to the people. All that and more tonight on Talks Machina. Hit it, Chief. That's what we just did on the pre-stream. Yeah, get it? The pre-stream. Guys, welcome back to the Critical Role After Show.
Let's just start with After Dark.
Can you believe they
we
wanted?
start with After Dark?
Yeah, we should.
Abandon all questions.
Can you believe that originally the show was supposed to be called The Critical Role After Show?
That's stupid.
That would have been.
Is that true?
It's true, man.
That's true.
There was a few other ones. There was like Critical Retalk.
Also dumb. You love how I'm judging names when I named a show Handbook or Helper?
Yeah, I know.
By the way, your joke.
It was a joke.
You and Lockie.
Me and
combo
Lockie
joke.
we
Yeah.
both Lockie and I, we got our hands out and we
booked that
we got
helper.
that joke into existence
You
however we
just
could.
did some writing.
By the way, I did a little shout out to our man Chris Lockie on the Talks Machina Instagram.
Lockie
Go there
is
and check
great.
it out. He's the best.
He's the best.
No,
True.
we
Yeah.
love him to death. Anyway, but Talks Machina is better.
Yeah.
No, we're not going
I
to change
think
it.
that all of us have embraced the fact that clusterfuckery
Yeah,
is our brand.
it is.
So
Yeah, this is the year we reclaim our
Critical Role-
clusterfuckery.
Crystal Roll. Critical Role After Talk.
Oh, I was going to say Crystal Roll was a dancer.
Crystal
Cheetahs.
Light. You remember Crystal Light?
I remember Crystal Light. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was great too.
That wasn't a woman, that was a powdered
You're
sugar
talking
drink.
about the lemonade.
Yeah, it was iced tea, it was lemonade.
Refreshing. Lots of sugar though. Doesn't it have a lot of sugar?
Probably.
Oh,
Real talk though.
yeah.
I was gonna tweet this,
This is so after dark already.
but you guys, I know it already is, but you guys are getting the exclusive right now.
What?
The pre-tweets.
What?
I've cracked the code. I hope this joke lands.
It's about to.
Man, I've cracked the
Like
code.
the Hindenburg.
Y'all.
Anyway, sorry.
I've cracked the code on how you name strip clubs.
Okay.
And I'm pretty sure
Uh-huh.
they take two hats, and in one hat is a color, and in the other hat are animals, and then you just draw randomly,
Yep. Uh-huh.
and then you get like
The
spearmint
purple,
rhino.
Yeah, the purple kangaroo.
yeah.
Yeah. The thunder down under.
Right.
Or wait, yeah.
No.
Just two hats.
Two hats. That's a really great. That's more of a hypothesis, really.
It is. It's my theory.
Guys, we have some announcements.
Please.
We should start the show. Max, are you ready to go? Someone count us in.
He's like, dear God.
Guys, Chief's already on his way to the bar.
That's right over there.
Guys, we're doing our very first live show in New York City next week. 1 week from this Thursday, we will be broadcasting to you live from the city that never sleeps. At some point, a camera will come back on me and I'll deliver this right into it. Yeah. Join us at the United Palace in Washington Heights on Thursday, October 4th. Chief really did go to the bar. Tickets are available right now via Ticketmaster. You don't need an NYCC badge to attend. Lots of people have been asking us about that. You don't have to have a badge to the con to come to the live show. All you have to have is
7 miles away from the con.
Yeah, it's not close to the con.
Nope.
Yeah, it's not. But what you do need to have is an iron gut, because Gen Con Sam's outfit was here. What can we expect? He's had less time to prepare, which means which means what?
Plus, we're going to be doing a couple of these a year, so it's either got to de-escalate or escalate. He could just
with
show up in
Sam,
shorts.
I don't see it de-escalating.
No, we all know
anytime
Sam very well, and he will find some way to subvert our expectations and escalate. So I don't really know.
My goodness. Well,
I also feel like just because he had less time to prepare doesn't mean he took full advantage of the time that he had to prepare leading up into things like Gen Con. So it might all be the same.
yeah, how many backup outfits do you guys think there are that didn't make the cut? I mean, if the ones we saw made it, there's got to be some sort of thing that at one point resembled a chicken in that closet.
The day that pink monstrosity was chosen was a shoot day here at the studio, and we recorded a bunch of Handbooker Helper. And he and Bailey were off in a corner laughing hysterically at different choices, none of which we saw. So actually, he could have multiple.
Wait.
Oh no.
That's the day it happened?
Yeah, that's the day that pink outfit was chosen, was that Handbooker shoot.
Okay. Well,
And I know that they looked at a lot, so he could have a lot of stuff chambered.
be surprised or watch online. Either way, hide your kids, hide your wives. If you are attending New York Comic Con, be sure to pick up a pre-sale ticket to come meet all of us, sans Ashley, sadly, at the Javits Center. Find all the information in the events section of critroll.com. A wonderful website. Today,
Great.
Massive update to the website. There's so much information on there, and it's so, people ask us all the time stuff, and I go, it's on the website now. Didn't used to be like that. Now, it's on the website.
So easy now.
I get 40 tweets a day. Just check the website.
Just check the website.
Please, God.
Go there.
Check the website.
Oh, this is great. Go there. If you don't find, if you do your due diligence and you really search that website and you don't find the answer you're looking for, then the
Message
three of
at
us,
Miss
the
Rachel.
The three of us.
Yeah.
No, don't do that to her.
Yeah.
Guys, we're part of this company too. If you can't find it, you want to tweet someone, it's at Sam Riegel.
Yes. Yep.
The latest episode of Between the Sheets featuring Mr. Travis Willingham is now available on the Critical Role Twitch channel for our subscribers. Man, Travis,
Good stuff.
that was really powerful. I walked away from that. You know, Talison's was so great. I walked away from that episode with a really clear idea that I think we're onto something pretty special. And I was so happy to see such a great response. Thank you to everybody who watched last night's and last week's. It's totally blowing us away, really.
Legitimately, not being facetious or anything, he changed the way that I thought about sports
Yeah.
and the memory of sports and what they can mean to people.
Right.
Like, yeah.
It's an interesting thing because you can love somebody and know so much about them, but
Yeah.
one perspective that they have can show you a completely other side of them, and that's what we're trying to tap into with this thing.
It was a good interview too, because I think that we all know, the audience knows, everyone knows that Taliesin is a magical manticore. That's not new information. We just got more of what we wanted. But with Travis, people who know him really well know that he's a warrior poet,
Right.
and that he's got a soulful heart inside of his cowboys, loving, ale-swilling barbarian. But we personally have known that that's there, and it's cool that people get to see that extra layer.
Yeah.
To willing.
He's like the big brother to all of us at Critical Role.
Yeah.
So I'm
Big
glad
time.
that everyone saw that he's like the big brother to us all. Yeah.
This week, coming up, Laura Bailey's episode, and it's fantastic.
Laura Bailey.
Her first drink of alcohol in over 9 months was
That we
the
know
day
of.
that we filmed. That she told me
That
about
she's admitted
was
to.
that was the day we filmed our episode. So things were happy.
Yeah.
Also, the announcement we've been dying to say, All Work No Play this Friday night. Holy crap! Twitch.tv/Critical Role, 7 p.m. Pacific. Liam, I've seen the episode. You try to tell the people what they're in store for.
We've known that this is a thing for a long time now, and I just watched part of an edit earlier today, and after months of knowing that this show is going to live again, still live again,
Live
in a
again.
new form.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure that it's real or is happening. And in the lead up to it, I was like, I don't know. I mean, can we recapture the dumb fuckedness of us sitting knee to knee with our leg hair intertwined in Sam's home studio? And I think we've done it.
You have.
Yeah.
Absolutely have. It's hysterical, and it's too much.
I'm so grateful for
It's
it.
too much.
No, it's just the perfect. It's too much.
It's too much. There's a, yeah, it's a sliding scale. They get crazier. Well,
I wasn't even watching anything, but I could hear it because I was sitting across from the editing bay,
Yeah.
essentially. And yeah, just hearing it was just fan-fucking-tastic.
it's hilarious.
Which is deeply gratifying and rewarding when you're focusing on an edit and then you hear people who aren't even watching it be like, ha ha ha.
Yeah,
And you're like,
right.
okay, that timing was good. Okay, we're gonna lock that down, move on.
Right.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm
That's-
quiet about my laughter either.
Right. Plus, all of us are.
Marisha.
No, not at all. Plus, all of us are such tyrants. We don't get to hear people laugh very often.
It's true.
Without further ado,
Oh boy.
let us discuss episode 35 of Critical Role Campaign 2, Dockside Diplomacy.
Oh.
Now, there's normally a card that
Yeah.
goes up right now with some tingy music playing.
Yeah.
However, I was informed 33 seconds ago, we don't have that card tonight.
Oh shit!
So,
Definitely the point was for you to bring attention to it.
Right.
it wasn't?
Sorry, okay?
It was in all caps, Danny. I took that to mean
You would know!
we're all about transparency here. I'm not going to lie to these people, and they're expecting a beautiful card with a font that was done by a guy in Glendale, you know, and it's got the tingy music that we are totally allowed to license.
As Twitch keeps reminding us.
Twitch, we have paid. There's a guy from Twitch here
here.
tonight.
Yeah.
There's a
Our
cat
rep is
petting
here.
executive. He's wearing a $15,000 suit. He's out in the lobby right now. I asked him. That's how I know.
Definitely a $15,000 Twitch hoodie, but
It's a pretty nice Twitch hoodie.
it is a nice.
Did he change after he met me? God, these people like to get in my head. Anyway, let's get to some questions, guys. Crit Roll stats for this episode, courtesy of our friends at Crit Roll Stats.
Give us the stats.
Oh yeah, look at that, it's
Look,
beautiful.
there's a thing on the screen.
There's a thing. Yeah.
We're still alive.
Go to Crit Roll Stats, guys, and check out everything from Campaign 1 if you've finished it, everything from Campaign 2 so far. They keep track of literally everything you could possibly imagine when it comes to these shows.
What are the deets?
The deets are, it has been 61 days since the party found the Cloven Crystal and 45 days since they first learned of Marius Lepal.
The party has been together longer than 45 days?
Yeah.
It's longer than 61 days.
Ooh,
I think
still feels new.
it does.
Real new.
Wait, longer than 61 days.
Yeah, I'm trying
Yeah.
to think
Where,
of what
where did
the-
you get
He
45?
said 60 something and then 45.
Andrew, text me how many days they've known each other
he did.
total.
He said one number and then another.
He said
and
two
then-
numbers in a row.
I did. 61 days since the party found the Cloven Crystal,
Yep.
and 45 days
There you
since
go.
they first learned of Marius Lepal.
There you go.
So
Look, I got
longer
my eye
than
on
60
Crit Roll
days.
Stats Twitter. I'm sure that any second now they'll say the date.
Bo, your character, Marisha,
What?
has avoided. You're so quick. People don't realize how quick you are, but you're so quick. Bo has avoided 126 points of damage by using deflect missiles. That's a lot. 126 total points.
It's like a monk secret weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb, Liam, your character from this campaign,
Incorrect.
top speed. Top speed of 120 feet with expeditious retreat.
Yes.
And the transmutation stone is still a quarter the speed of a hasted and flying Vax, 480 feet.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
It'll never be that good again, but it felt pretty good.
There was a few times and I know the gang called you out on it a little bit, but there's a few times this episode where I was having
Yeah.
flashbacks
Yep.
because
I
attack.
sometimes do fall prey to the dubious position of using the rules as written in the book. It's true. I did a last campaign sometimes, and sometimes I'll do it this campaign. Last campaign, though, I used Vax's immense speed to rush at problems. Caleb will mostly use it to rush away from problems.
Interesting. That's going to come up tonight. I can assure you. I've seen the questions. Hey, guys.
Hey, me too.
Hey, Danny. Doesn't Danny look great? She always does.
Danny Cam.
This is critical recap spoilers, though, Danny.
This is true. Most Talks
lipstick.
Machinas are critical recap spoilers.
Well, I'm glad you guys got a nice After Dark themed episode of Talks Machina tonight because this was such a boring episode this past Thursday.
Start to finish After Dark.
Fieldy409 wants to know, this person's a fan of cleaning products. For both of you, how do you guys... That one was a bit of a slow burn.
Well, because my first thought went to,
on.
what's Fieldy?
We gotta answer some
We
questions.
didn't even...
So,
We're 17 minutes in.
Sorry.
We didn't even drink before the show. I didn't have a
question
chance to...
about cleaning products.
How
Go
do you
on.
guys feel about living the pirate life is what the question is.
Pirate life for me.
It hasn't happened yet. We could all jump off that boat and swim back to shore and turn ourselves in. But we could immediately feel remorse. It's not gonna
But
happen.
does stealing a boat
Yeah.
make a pirate? Or does a pirate have their own boat and then they
came
go
first,
steal
the
from
pirate
other
or the boat?
Which came first, the pirate or the boat? Danny wants to know.
It feels pretty good.
No regrets.
Yeah, especially for the Empire kids, because this isn't our country. There's no repercussions for us here.
Ooh,
other than-
international waters.
Yeah, I mean, we could be killed.
No
That's a
laws.
repercussion. But
Maritime law. Is there maritime law?
I think
In
there
Matt's
is.
game?
I actually think there is because I think I've talked to Matt about it. There's some form of it that he has everything figured out. So if you
In order for there to be in order for there to be pirates, doesn't there have to thus be
Maritime
law? Because there has to be something
Like
for them
law
to be
to break.
ignoring.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't be a criminal without a law to break.
I don't know what we're talking about.
God,
What, Liam? You don't know the inner workings of
you don't
maritime
understand
law?
maritime law, dude? You didn't study maritime law at
I'm not claiming
NYU?
to know more than anybody. I'm claiming to know a lot less.
Yeah. Well, that's okay.
Okay.
Let's move on with the question for Marisha from Zundax. Bo got to see the most of Ford's powers at play over the past couple episodes. How does she feel about the apparent darkness of those powers?
Yeah, I think Bo is aware that Ford is clearly working shit out, and she's with it, and she's here, and she's supportive. I think Bo looks at it as like, well, some people have daddy issues, and some people vomit up seawater and sea visions. Yeah, she's justifying it. I think she knows that there's something going on, but
Lots of
We'll
people
see.
swallow swords.
yeah, kind of.
It's a thing you can pay to
Yeah.
see it probably at Molly's old circus.
I think Bo tries to not judge people on their shitty days because Bo knows that she's ultimately can probably top anybody's shitty day with her best day.
Wow,
That's saying something.
that is.
Is that
With-
saying something?
With this asshole? Yeah. Yeah, that's saying something.
You think so?
Well, I mean, that's her perspective, though.
Okay. I mean, knowing what she
saying,
knows
yeah.
about him.
Yeah, well, self-deprecation runs deep. Self-loathing runs deep.
Right, but
Okay.
what's behind that though?
The self-loathing? Mm-hmm. Knowledge.
No, but
Knowledge.
what's driving the self-deprecation though? Because usually, you know, I don't do a lot of self-deprecating humor myself. I find it to be lowbrow. But
You asshole.
but what's the source? No, I'm asking a serious question. Leave me alone, man. Don't treat me like I'm Regis. What's the source of that self-deprecation and that self-loathing though?
Well, I guess I can only speak from experience here, and I guess it's just guilt. Like for me, I think I cope with my guilt of knowing the things that I've done that I'm not proud of as a person through beating up on myself through humor.
Wow.
I don't know. I guess it's a way that I pay penance to myself.
No, I understand
So
that.
anytime I say like, well, fuck you, you shitty bitch, it's because I feel like I've earned it in some way in my past.
Right.
I feel like that's how a lot of comedians
Or people.
work.
Right,
Or
or
people
people.
work.
And say,
Yeah,
you can't
big
shit
time.
on me. I shot on
I shout
myself
myself.
first.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't fire me, I quit.
I'm not saying it's the best way to go through life.
No.
In fact, a lot of the people that bother me, that I get annoyed about in life, and I mean, they always say that you find things that annoy you in other people that remind you of yourself.
Right.
So maybe this is true. Sometimes the things that annoy me a lot in other people are when I'm frustrated in them, but they beat me to the punch in saying like, well, I'm a douchebag.
Right.
I'm just an asshole.
Right.
And I'm like, well, isn't that a fucking easy way out?
Interesting.
So goddamn easy to say I'm an asshole, because if you say it about yourself first, then it means you beat someone else to the punch of calling you an asshole.
Right. Oh,
And then
so it's sort of like it's putting up a line of self-defense. It's putting a shield up before the
100%.
fact for self-preservation.
100%. And it bothers me in other people when they do that, because I feel like everyone has had this experience when you're like, this person did me wrong. This person, they're a good friend of mine. They pissed me off, and you know what? I'm gonna talk to them about it. I'm gonna talk to them about it because I'm brave. And I'm gonna be like, you know what, man? You did this and it hurt me. And I want to talk to you about it because God damn it. And then they go, yeah, man, I know I'm a dick. And then for me, it feels like they take the agency away from you and a little bit of the gratification of telling you like, but you kind of hurt me here.
Right.
Yeah, I think you're possibly robbing them of their very justified response to you.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. And that's always been something that bothers me about other people, but also something is that I've maybe done myself, and I think something that Bo does.
That's a pretty deep thing to put into that character as far as its connection to you goes.
Oh yeah,
But
like
I'm glad you did.
Bo's whole outlook on everything is Bo is a little bit of an asshole.
A little bit? I'm just kidding. I'm dead serious.
But you're not wrong though. But I think her method is, I'm pretty sure people are gonna hate me. So if I can control the way you think I'm an asshole, you may still think I'm an asshole, but at least I have control.
Right.
And I genuinely think a lot of people do that in the world,
Yeah,
and
we
it
all
kind of
wanna be
takes
in
you away.
control of our
You want to be in
reality.
control, yeah. And if I can't,
I like to take whippets and just kind of lose control, man. How about you? You guys don't. You like to be in.
That's the old you.
That's the old
Yeah.
me. That's right.
yeah.
Well, I'm glad we went down that little bunny trail because it's fascinating. How do you-
Also, the party has been together for 87 days.
87
Yes, thank you,
days.
Andrew. I saw that text message.
Almost 3 months.
Almost 3 months.
Just about 3 months.
By the way, we've got to get some sort of backdrop for Danny. It looks like she's in the basement.
Let's
I
see
am
that
in the
Danny cam again.
It's
Yep.
like she's
Yep.
like they took my stapler. It's like we buried her, and she's right there, guys. We could almost touch her.
Took my stapler.
Liam,
Yes.
Flurd Trandle.
Flurd Trandle.
Flurd Trandle.
Seriously?
It's right here in front of me.
There it is.
The
Flurd
last
_
time Yasha appeared, Caleb mentioned that she kept turning up like a bad penny. Is Caleb suspicious of Yasha's movements and motivations?
Oh.
And does Caleb mistrust Yasha?
I caught that too. Same question. Continue.
So now we have both Flurd Trandle
Flurd
and Marisha
Trandle
Ray
and
asking
Marisha
you
underscore
this
Ray
question.
76923.
The bad penny thing caught my ear.
Well, it was a little meta.
Are you saying Ashley's a bad penny? Is that the scoop the people are supposed to take
That's
away?
it. That's the takeaway. Send your complaints to Voice of O'Brien on Twitter.
I'm not familiar with the phrase "like a bad penny," though. Is that a thing where you know, like you keep finding pennies on the ground or something and they all have poo on the other side? I don't know. Like, what's the origin of that phrase?
No, there's
Kind
lucky
of.
penny, but I've heard the phrase bad penny before.
Like a bad penny you keep turning up is kind of the
Well,
phrase.
I think he was just, it was
Is
super.
that like a Southern thing? Or an East Coast thing?
I don't know.
I don't know. Continue.
Zimnian. I think that it is super bizarre that we keep running into this woman who keeps abandoning us. I think he was struck by the odds of it. If anything, for this man who believes that life is shit and that there's no sense to it all, he's starting to have that viewpoint rocked a little bit and seeing things that seem to have meaning. And it feels like there's a reason maybe he's with these people, but that doesn't make any sense. And the Yasha thing, which we all know it's because of Earth's realities, but you know, we occasionally we do ridiculous things because of Earth's realities and then react to them, right? So it's just Caleb's, it's not a distrust thing, it's just, it's strange. And we don't know anything about her. We still don't know a lot about each other, period.
It's your justification. No?
I don't know.
It's your justification.
87 days.
For? Justification
Yeah,
for what?
87 days.
Real world?
Oh, yeah, I mean, that was a comment on the fact that it's bizarre that Ashley Johnson drops in and out of game, but whatever, we're also creating a story, and
Right.
and there has to be a little bit of fate to the fact that this woman who keeps taking off shows up again, and so, you know, that's the real world shit, and me as Caleb is like, well, I have to see, I'm deciding to create significance for it. It's not distrust of her. He thinks she's pretty cool. He thinks that they're two like awkward wallflowers trying to get through this world.
Right.
There's a similarity there, and if she'd stay long enough to hang out, maybe they would explore that more. But instead, it's just, oh shit, she's here, yay! Oh no, she's gone.
Right. Wow.
Which is just, you know, all our response in real life as well.
Yeah. Were you gonna say something or?
Oh, I was gonna make some sort of crude joke about how I'd experience a lot with Yasha if she'd stick around more, but
Yeah. I know.
I get it.
We all feel that struggle, girl. Hey guys, Matthew Wilson has a question for Marisha and Liam. When Caduceus decomposed Algar's hand,
Yep.
not walked away shaking her head, when a goblin is judging your actions, does it make your characters think maybe you've gone a little bit too far, or do your characters feel Algar deserved his fate?
Well, I gotta inwardly look here, right?
Please do.
Yeah.
Please do.
were we extreme? Maybe. Maybe we're a little extreme.
Well, he didn't die.
No. We definitely fucked his life as he knows it.
Yeah, that's true. I think that, you know, for people who are not straight-up heroes or villains, we care about the people that we care about. And we care about Jester Lavore, not so much Algar. And whatever needed to be done in that light is fine. We're taking care of our own.
We're not the hand of justice.
Yeah.
In a hand.
Bad puns. Yeah, once again, I don't know if it would be any different. A lot of things seem extreme in a fantasy setting when you are an adventuring party and one of you is a half-orc chopping off the hand of another. Yeah. But when you boil down the principles from these moments, I don't know if they're that different from the ones that we experience in day-to-day life. No, we do not chop off the hands of the significant other of the friend, you know, that cheated on our best friend in real life. But you might look at them and be like, fuck you, you're exercised from the friend group forever, you're fucking gone, and you take a side because, like, you care about this person. So, you know, when I feel like you boil it down to that, like you said, We were
care of our own.
defending Jester.
Yeah, we're taking care of our own.
And-
We're not heroes. We're not superheroes, this group,
Right.
at all.
The discussion came up, well, it was sort of jokingly this week about the difference between you guys and Vox Machina during the episode. And Matt kind of went, well, you know, they had their moments, but not, you know, you guys are doing some interesting stuff
I think
here.
we put our cards on the table with the DM to be like, yeah, this is who we are.
You think this week was that
Maybe.
was that moment?
And it's not like they can't bend back in the other direction later on,
Right.
but they're a very different group than Vox Machina. I think they're going to make, they have the potential to make good things happen, but it's not. It's nobody's goal.
Right.
Who in this group is it their goal to make the world a better place? Only the guy who's dead.
Right.
I mean, I feel like that's such a psychological experiment of Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
Personally, I mean, people can give Keyleth shit all that they want with her being a moral compass and trying to be like, hey guys, we have all this power. Maybe we should, you know, with great power comes great responsibility. This shit.
Captain America, yeah.
Yeah, the Captain America thing. But think about the superheroes that are out there. And
Danny gets the joke. Keep going.
But most of them aren't Captain. You know, most
Right.
of them aren't Spider-Man. Most of them struggle with the ability of having this power. And what do you do with it?
You guys aren't too powerful
how
yet,
do you-
and you don't have a unity. You haven't fused together strong enough yet to really take on some crazy shit. The first time crazy shit presented itself, one of you guys died. You know, there was some difficult shit before that, but this was crazy shit coming in, and it was crazy shit that was on the other side deciding to go after that, and that was a shift for sure.
Sure.
But I don't think you guys are fused enough together yet to really take on shit. I think you guys need to get to know each other more. I feel like there's still so
100%.
much more to come out.
I mean, so much is revealed in those moments of impulse, and I think that's in real life and in Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
So everyone is like, I saw echoes in the community of people being like, "Oh my God, Ford just chopped off his hand. Oh goodness!" And it's like, yeah, a lot is revealed in moments of pressure and
Right.
stress, and that first initial instinct and reaction, and what your choice is going to be. I once again, I don't know if it's that different in real life. I just think when it's kind of framed in this fantasy, kind of barbaric, draconic setting,
Right.
that it seems extreme, but is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Also, just personally speaking, as someone whose character is not trying to be a hero, but is trying to get things done, making the group happy and work well together, and keeping Jester happy and making the group work well together, and keeping this guy off of Jester's mom so that Jester can be functional
Right.
and effective to be part of this unit that they've formed, so that he can continue to sort of swim up current and learn and grow. I mean, that he does for Caleb. I think it's different for everyone in this group, but for Caleb, he wants to grow.
Selfish motivation.
Selfish motivations. And if good things can happen along the way, awesome. He's such a hypocrite because this guy Algar creeped on Jester's mom. The things that Caleb has done are far worse. But he likes Jester and wants her to be happy and useful and happy. And he wants to do all those things on the horizon line. So yeah, it's really interesting to play this campaign, because last time, even though we all had the characters had their hang-ups or their personal issues that slowed them down or brought them into conflict with each other, they still all wanted good for the world.
Right.
And it's just not the case this time.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting as you guys get more powerful to see what kind of choices are made. I'm terrified.
Yeah.
And I'm excited.
I'm just terrified.
Stay
You're
tuned.
just terrified,
just
Danny?
terrified.
Yeah, stay tuned. Liam,
Yep.
Darlette asks, we've known Caleb was okay with using suggestion magic on his enemies for quite some time, but using it on his friends is newer. As someone who's been on the receiving end of some nasty enchantment magic, how does Caleb justify overruling Nott's own will to himself?
Again, on the hypocrite track, I don't think he sees himself as doing anything wrong there. In that moment, Caleb just thought, well, I'm doing something good for my friend who is scared of water, which she shouldn't be. And I'm going to unlock that for her and let her have a better life because of it. I think absolutely he does the things that he does because of the conditioning and the life that he had prior. But I don't think it often swims up to the forefront of his mind to be like, oh man, you're just like the master there.
Right.
I think he's just doing what makes sense. And he knows that he's awful, but he doesn't think that every single aspect of his life back then was awful. There were many good things that are ruined because of where it all landed. So yeah, that question is accurate. He is a hypocrite. He's doing things that he shouldn't be doing and sees it as leading towards a better future, which is interesting.
Which of those set of memories does he focus on most often when he's reflecting? The good times or all those bad times? Because you said it wasn't all bad. There had to be some good moments in there. But I get the idea that he is focusing on the negative ones.
Yeah, I don't want to plumb the depths too much.
Right.
But I think that the awful was a short time, and the better things, he adores study and magic and learning, and that part, it's why he dances when he broadens his mind. Like, that is still good and clean in his mind. And there was relationship stuff in the past that was wonderful. There was promise. He was going to do good. He was going to do right by society. He was going to be a superhero in his mind. The time where he fell, it's really weeks, not many weeks.
Interesting. Wow.
If anyone who like, this is terrible to even contemplate, but imagine like you hit somebody on the road, right? Or some moment that you didn't expect to happen, but it just happens. And everything before it is all the good memories of going to school and falling in love and having friends and discovering things, and then you accidentally hit and end somebody's life on the road.
Yeah.
Would ruin everything that came before it. But it would be like that.
Right.
Which it wasn't quite like that, but it was like a week or two, I imagine.
But that's a blink in terms of a lifetime.
It's a blink.
Yeah. Yet,
His life is ruined. He ruined it.
We all know how much a blink in our rear view mirror can affect whatever happens next. And we're seeing that with those effects with Caleb. Also, how did you know I was involved in a hit and run? One more, and then we'll get to the first giveaway of the
on
night.
The ground, my knee was messed up. I saw your pompadour.
It was a long time
reached my hand
ago.
out. You were gone.
It was a long time ago, and
I made my peace with it. It's fine.
Sure, I guess so. Marisha Zogaz asks this.
Jewel. Got it.
Exactly. Bo seems drawn to using the Tracy persona to hide herself in Nicodranus. Why is she so concerned with deception here?
Man, Tracy was such a fluke. I guess it was like I said earlier, I was being very transparent when I was talking to Ford. And I said, if I am just myself, I'm gonna fucking ruin all of this. So for her, I think she tapped into that personality of girls that she went to at whatever prep or boarding school that her parents spent too much money on to send her to. And yeah, it was just, for her, it was, please don't fuck this up by being yourself.
Right.
That was it.
Right.
Yeah. That was it. Bo, why is she so concerned with deception here? It's not about deception. It's Bo knows she's a liability. You know, she's always been a liability. So I'll try real hard to not be that here.
Right.
It
Yeah.
seems like her confidence on the battlefield is, like flawless, but it's everywhere else where
It's
she
100%.
knows that she can break a man's arm off, but as far as social interaction goes, she's a little doubtful of herself.
Well, and it's because she knows she can break a man's arm off. It's hard to talk to anybody reasonably when you're like, I could just punch you and you'll give me anything that I want.
How do you talk to any of us then? Oh shit.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yikes. Eesh. It's interesting. I have two characters on my couch that are both very hard on themselves. And I'm interested to see where that arc goes throughout the next, what did Matt say? We're doing 5 more episodes for this campaign?
Uh-huh. Yep. Final arc. is in-
Don't say
We
shit like
might-
that. People will freak out.
I love to watch
Oh my
them freak out, Danny,
God.
because those are the people that I know can't take a joke.
Gullibility.
Yeah.
Gullibility
What were you-
reigns.
What were you going to say?
We might also be the 2 hardest on ourselves out of the cast in real life. I don't know though. I don't know. That's a little audacious of me to say. I'm not speaking for.
I mean,
anybody else.
Travis just doubts every move, right? That's Travis's MO. I'm
Yeah,
trying to make a
right.
joke. I think it's all of us.
I think Travis looks in the mirror every morning and he goes, well, it could be worse. It could be Foster.
That's everyone.
That's everyone, Danny says?
Foster's one of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, guys, our first giveaway tonight
Appreciate it.
is,
5 minutes in.
is it 7:45?
7:42.
We have given the people, but this is good though. I like what we've tapped into tonight. I know we're gonna get to some more of your questions, but gift of the week is first. Go, do it.
Do the thing.
Woo! Give it the week.
Fly D20.
Wow. Our winner, thank you, Steve, for episode 35 of Campaign 2 was sent in by Esther Warwick at Esther Warwick. Let's take a look.
Esther.
Okay.
Definitely engaged. Okay.
It gets better.
Oh no.
Typical married couple.
Typical.
The rabies dolphins.
Look, I love you. Like, I don't want anything to do with this. Oh no.
That's pretty great. Congrats to you, Esther. You have won this Critical Role Retro Tee. Now, the reason why this tee is better than the others, Esther, is because Liam O'Brien has rubbed it on his chest.
Nah.
Oh, it's in the shirt.
There it is.
There it is.
Max is shaking his head at me.
Yeah.
Too bad. Sorry, Chris.
Here.
If we ran like a food vendor, that would be bad. I don't know what I'm saying. Never mind. I'm going to abandon that.
Food vendor?
We're not a food
Let
company.
me ask the questions, Marisha. This is for both of you. This is Geralt of Boring Trivia, which is my favorite YouTube channel. What made you decide to steal the ship instead of explaining yourself to the guards? Was it a situational decision or a more deeply rooted skepticism towards authority in general?
This feels like way too much credit from what actually happened.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
No decision to steal the ship was ever made. Things just vomited out Jeff Goldblum Chaos Theory style. The only reason Caleb got on that boat is because he saw his friends were in trouble and had to go help them. And then they were on the boat, and then a small platoon of soldiers showed up, and then they were leaving.
Wow.
That's how that worked.
Yeah, what you saw was just pure mob mentality and peer pressure
Panic.
and panic. Because when we were in the lobby during our break, we were all like, so
getting
we're
out.
gonna run, right?
We're just no shame in running. We just got to walk away from this one.
But we were like, we're gonna grab Marius.
pants, yep.
We're gonna grab Marius and bounce. That was the goal.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
That was holding true until the little fucker slipped out of mine and Yasha's grasp at the very end and ran to the fucking boat.
Right.
It was all on track to that, and then it was like, do we jump on? What do we do?
We were just reacting.
and then
I'm
one-
sure many murders and bank robberies happen in just the same way.
Right.
People are like,
I'm
if your friend jumped off a bridge, would you follow after them?
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, in D&D, fucking yeah. They all
mean-
just jumped on that ship, and we were like,
Right.
and that was it.
Side note, that was one of my favorite games of this show's entire life.
What was?
That episode, that game, that battle was so much fucking fun. It was just vomiting out, and it felt
Yeah.
like it was uncontrollable and unstoppable, and we were just
Did
rolling
it
with
seem
it.
like Travis got tilted a little bit? I know he had some bad rolls, and he was like, but I was
Yes.
watching him, and he was
Oh, man.
frustrated. He's like, I think I'm gonna die. It was interesting to see the.
He was having a bad day.
All I could think
Yeah.
about was at the end of last campaign when we were wrapping up and people are like, what's he gonna do next? Oh, I can't wait till Travis can throw Grog off and let out his tactician's mind
Yeah,
and take over the field and lead these people. Oh, just a dumb fuck like the rest of us.
I felt so.
I'm just a dumb fuck like the rest of
No,
us.
I felt
boy.
so bad for because I could feel his frustration.
Yeah.
And not in the situation. I mean, a little in the situation, but in himself. And we've all been there. And
Except for
Oh,
Grog.
I've rolled like that and had terrible sessions where I'm like, end it.
Yeah,
and I'm
just
not talking about the
please.
session, I'm talking about my life.
yeah, please just fucking kill me. now.
Right.
But last campaign, when things were going bad, that was fun for Grog because he could just be like, whoop, I don't know, I'm an idiot. Burp, 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 burp.
I know.
And find fun in that. But, you know, when you're supposed to be like witty and intelligent and you forget you're the only one who can steer the boat,
Yeah.
you know, we all have our Larkin moments.
I feel like
right?
that's when I felt bad is when and I wasn't trying to rub it in as Bo at all. I was just being genuine when he ran down and he was the turn before me. He ran down under the ship and I was like, Ford, help. Ford, I don't know how to steer the boat. And then I saw Travis go,
Yep.
fuck.
Yep.
And then I felt bad.
Nah. Sometimes your friends have a brain fart at the table, but you role play with it and you
We've
just
all
roll
been
with
there.
it.
Right.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
I mean, not me, but everybody else.
Sure.
Where's Lark?
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
Hey, Carnos will be in. Wait, no. Carnot lesbian. Liam.
Carnal lesbian?
No, it's Carnot
Carnate.
lesbian. There we go.
Car, you're not a lesbian?
No,
Are not lesbian.
this is for Liam.
That's accurate.
Missing
Get out of
R.
here. Liam.
Yes.
We've seen Caleb try and fail to emulate some of Bo's physicality.
Yeah.
Is this just a joke, or does he really wish he was physically stronger and tougher?
No, that was just in that moment. He didn't want to waste any magic, and he wanted to help the situation. And I thought it was funny to try to be imposing. That's all. Pretty simple. You know, and he's got a foofy coat, so maybe, you know, if he rolled really high, the coat would foof out.
I appreciated it.
We inspire each other sometimes.
I'm into
Sometimes.
it. Yeah.
Hey, Marisha, beautiful business boy wants to know.
Sup, business? But I love.
Beautiful business boy.
I went. No one saw Max just go.
Oh, damn, we missed it. Dude, we need a max cam.
max cam
No, he needs a max
stat.
cam.
Yeah, I'm
doesn't
gonna
have to
buy it
know
right
about
now.
it.
Boop, 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 boop,
At
boop.
first.
Max cam. Hey, Vinny, if you're at home watching this, sorry, but your kid's sick. But can we get a max cam?
And a new prompter.
And a new prompter, Marisha. Beautiful business boy. Let's bring it back to
Yeah.
Triple B. When the
The BBB.
This is the dumbest. Why do we keep doing the show? Nobody's happy right now. All I'm gonna
That's a
see his
lie.
tweets
That's a
about
lie.
the first question wasn't asked until 7:14. I am upset. I don't
to-
care about Liam. I want to know what Caleb says with his German accent.
Talk to me more about Dungeons and Dragons, Brian.
Marisha, beautiful business boy wants to know.
Better
We'll cut all the
business
rest of that out.
Yep.
When the pirates shot their crossbows at Bo, did the thought cross her mind to let them hit her to keep up the ruse of the lovers' quarrel, or did she act instinctively?
Definitely the second. Yep. definitely knew it all went to shit as soon as I caught that first arrow. Whoops.
A memoir.
Does one plan to be shot at with arrows? Not really, right?
Well, I think the question was,
Yeah.
maybe take a couple, just to let a couple hit her.
In that
See-
microsecond.
And it's a valid point, but Bo's too obsessed with being the own badass of her fantasies that she's not going to be like, poof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, I felt it in my head. I was like, well, this is all done. It's over now.
And it's over now.
Send in the clowns.
Send in the clouds.
The cloud.
Hey, let's give away something else.
What a terrible
It's time for
song.
fan art of the week.
Woo! Yeah!
Out of the way.
Art Dad!
Blink.
Art Dad's here tonight. This week's fan art winner for episode 35 was sent in by Joshua Otero at JOtero01. Let's take a look.
Yes.
I haven't
There he
seen that.
He does not look as slick as Vax when he's moving quick.
You don't think so?
I love that. Is that spittle coming out the
Spit
mouth?
and tears.
That's so cute.
Spit and tears. Almost there.
Oh my God.
I love that.
This fan art comes with a soundtrack. Thank you to everyone who submitted. Congrats to you, Joshua. You have won this Lacewood tabletop dice tray from our friends at Wormwood. Check them out at wormwoodgaming.com. It's been sniffed by me. That's nice. Leathery.
Vanna White that shit.
It's beautiful.
Sure.
It's going home with me. Sorry, Joshua. Remember, you can
What are you
submit. I was rolling dice.
Oh yeah, is that what you're doing?
You guys don't roll like this?
Totally.
You can submit
Jumping rope.
for our GIF and Fan Art of the Week contest at submit@talksmachina.com. Rules are on our website, critroll.com. Liam.
Yep.
Cats of Beruthiel want to know, when Caleb was trying to cast Find Familiar as a ritual before all hell broke loose, in what form was he going to resummon Frumpkin, and what was he hoping to do with the little Fey fella?
He was going to summon an owl of his own to very safely and non-confrontationally scout out the ship.
That's cool.
That's about it. It was going to be a very tiny owl.
Little baby owl.
Yeah, little, not a baby, just
Like
the
Pigwidgeon in Harry
smallest one
Potter?
there is.
Probably.
Yeah, smallest a mama set, yeah.
Danny's
But that
losing
moment
it.
is gone.
Yeah.
Everything burned to the ground.
That's a good plan, though.
Sure,
It was.
sure.
Especially since Professor Thaddeus is a big old dickhead. Piece of shit
I
bird.
was aiming for that antithesis,
Fucking
yeah.
asshole. Aw.
Good owl, bad owl.
Aw.
Good owl, bad owl.
Yep.
My favorite.
Don't worry, it never
game after
happened.
School.
Everything went real well.
Filigree Sales wants to know, for both of you, for a moment, it really seemed like Caduceus was going to be stranded on shore. Did you ever wonder if he was going to give up on his fledgling relationship with the Mighty Nines? You
Yes.
did.
This poor groovy Zen motherfucker
yeah.
was like, everything's great. I want to see the world. Oh, you guys keep almost getting me killed. Bye.
Also, like, I don't mean to be speaking for you, Taliesin, but he hasn't been that secret in
He's
terms
behind the
of.
couch. She'll say something.
Sorry, Tal.
You say something out of line.
He hasn't been that quiet with us behind the scenes on Caduceus's very bad, no good day. Very, what's the name? Whatever.
Right. Good, the bad, and the ugly.
The ugly.
Day.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's a Denzel Washington movie.
Yeah, we left that night with Taliesin being like, Caduceus is very unhappy.
Oh no.
And he's questioning who he's hitched his train to. And I'm like,
Does it now feel like your mission is to try and bring him to the dark side and lure him into changing to, what is he, a grave cleric or something?
Great
yeah.
work, yeah. No, it's a real big question mark. What's going to happen in the first 20 minutes of the next game?
Yeah.
I mean, they're just going to be floating in a boat.
I think
A lot of shit to work
I think
out.
there's going to be some discussions. I think there's a few people who want to say some things.
Remember, do not cast Fireball down while you're in the ship. Friendly reminder.
Get me in.
Something I may have done in my home game.
Okay.
And sunk the boat. Guys, take me away from that terrible memory with an answer to this, Marisha. We kind of touched on this earlier, but I think there's more I'd like to hear. This is from Vishante Kafas. I tried my best.
I have Vishante.
Vishanti.
A mantra that Bo has been living by recently is to leave every city better than you found it, one she took by Molly in remembrance of him. With the consequences of the Mighty Nine's actions the past 2 episodes, how is Bo dealing with that?
That is an excellent question. Man, one that I want to pull a Liam on and don't want to say too much about because there will be discussions on the top of the episode about if we can fix it, should we fix it, what is our moral responsibility.
Which part?
We definitely, I don't know. We saved a being from slavery, but also might have put an entire city's
I mean, put it in the real world.
infrastructure and
Right. If we found out that Los Angeles kept its lights on because there was a living being.
yeah, you wouldn't justify
cage,
it, right?
right.
You would be like, well, we're smart enough human beings to be able to find a way to fix it without slavery, right? Which I feel like is where Bo is, but it doesn't mean that we kind of didn't, I wouldn't say we left the city better than we found it.
No.
Nah.
And they
Yeah,
didn't
there'll
do
be
anything
talks.
informed or intelligently.
It's also a new,
No.
it's also a newer-ish sort of realization, I think, for Bo in the wake of Molly's passing, because, you know, in the aftermath of a tragedy like that, everyone processes it in a different way.
Yeah.
You were, you know, Bo was choosing to latch on to that sentiment of Molly's and go, if this seems to be what made him happy, was leaving every city better than he found it, I want a piece of that. I want a piece of that thing that he had. But that's still a new thing, and it butts up against a lot of the pillars for her. So there's going to be some wrestling there, right?
You're very onto something. You're
Yes.
very onto something.
Upvote me on the conspiracy threads, man. Upvote the shit out of me. I'm onto something. I put a check mark next to that shit.
Neil Gaiman once said, in order to find your voice, you will sound like a lot of other people. And I always remembered that. The full quote is, in order to find your voice, you will sound like a lot of other people, and that's not a bad thing. Because all of those past influences inform who we are and who we will become. And I think that was a little bit of Molly to Bo. And with what Bo remembers is that she was fucking shitty to Molly, more or less. Like, he was better than her, so she treated him like shit because of it.
Right.
And then he died. And she didn't really have any reconciliation. And I think that was the first time that she really encountered that in her life. And I think it is something that a lot of people will eventually experience, where like you lose someone, maybe not because of death, but you lose someone suddenly. And then you're like, not how I would have realistically wanted to leave that.
It's so interesting how envy turns to anger so quickly.
100%.
Right.
Jealousy and anger are so closely related.
Right.
So yeah, I think her immediate response to that was, I treated him like shit because he was better, so the least I can do is try to be better.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that that's easy. especially for someone like Bo.
Right. She likes to take the hard way. She likes the hard way.
And let's be real, sometimes just because it is the hard way doesn't, man, this is going to sound convoluted, but just because it's the hard way doesn't mean it's necessarily the easiest way.
Try telling Pig that.
Yeah, kind of. Like, sometimes it's easier to be polarizing and difficult than it is to be altruistic. So, I don't know. We'll see.
This is good. We're getting some good shit tonight.
Yeah, this also has nothing to do with how Caleb saw the Molly dying. I just.
Interesting. Anything you want to say, or do you want to keep it?
Sure. I don't think that that all makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And Caleb was not touched in the same way. It was just like an affirmation of what he knew was at risk. Like, he thought you're gonna get close to people, you're gonna get stronger, and you need to protect yourself and surround yourself with people who are stronger. And you're risking liking people and them liking you and getting close to them. And he's starting at different speeds with all of the people in the Mighty Nine to get closer to them. And Molly, I don't even think Molly was the one that he was the closest to in the group. But he, was certainly like they had a good working rapport, and he admired what he was able to do, and he knew him as a human, or as a tiefling in this world, but as in our terms as a human. You knew his personality and his life and a bit of his wants and hopes. And it's a risk to get so close to people and then have them be killed alongside you. It's a risk to care.
Right.
Because everybody's a distraction for him. Like, he needs them, he wants them around. All this conflicting information for him, and to see Molly die is like, yep.
An investment.
You're
is
going to
always
get
a
close
risk,
to
right?
all these people, and he's so close to the people he's with now. Like, he likes a lot of things about a lot of these people, and is like, but it means it's gonna hurt a lot harder when you have to rip the Band-Aid off and walk away from some of these people. That's what it comes to.
That's an arm's length thing right there.
Yeah, I was going to say, follow-up question. Is this because of your history with other people, maybe Astrid, and hurting other people? So you think, well...
I think it's separate than that. That's a whole other planet for him. He was alone for so long. Once he was conscious again after the fact, there was safety in just being alone, and you can't disappoint anybody, and you can't lose anybody, and you're alone. So that sucks. I think he sees it as a danger to himself and what he wants to care for people, because he wants to do what he wants to do, and you people I risk becoming a better person and trying to get on a different path from what I need to do, which is to stop the unforgivable. That's what I have to do. And fuck you all for taking my mind off of it. I really like you, but fuck you for taking my mind off of it.
Right.
Because it's more important than love and friendship.
Right.
He's got a lot of different voices going on in his head, and that's not the dominant one, but it's a voice in there.
So you're basically the college ball player on a scholarship that's like, I'm sorry, I can't be in a relationship. I got to focus on my ball playing.
I do not understand. I do not understand those references. I know what a ball is.
We had a ball earlier.
I saw a ball happen.
We were dunking.
I accidentally got it to the hole.
Dunking
I
in
might
the
have had a
Sam's
boyfriend
giant
in high
mouth.
school tell me that.
I had a dude tell me once that he was a fucking lone wolf and couldn't be in a relationship.
That's
Danny,
dramatic.
Shit.
That's inflated and dramatic.
That's
Danny, we need to get you a firearm. We need to get Danny a firearm and take her to an open carry stage.
I think he was saying it in a sarcastic way, like he was being goofy, but it was still a shitty thing to say.
Yeah.
Like he was being, he wasn't trying to be like, I'm a lone wolf. He was making a joke out of it, and that was why he didn't want to date me. But it was also
Jesus, Danny.
Real story. I once had a guy kick me out and get too afraid of commitment because he was like, I've got Latin class in the morning. Cut to like several years later, and I was recounting this story, and he goes, "I never took Latin." He never took Latin. It was a goddamn lie to just.
The old Latin class.
He went to a Catholic high school.
right.
I took
He
Latin
tried.
You took
for
Latin.
3 years.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
How's
okay, we
that
gotta
doing for you?
we
So
gotta go.
good.
The guy from Twitch is here, and he's gonna pull the goddamn plug. We're over. But before we go, can we go back to Liam's camera real fast, Chief? Just for After Dark, I'm gonna need a lot of this.
Oh, Jesus
So
Christ.
no, don't.
'cause I
I think
rubbed
he's
the
probably
t-shirt
already
on
got it.
it.
I'm gonna need a lot of that. Anyway, stick around.
Ryan Foster's
Stick around for
monster.
Talks Machina After Dark, or as I like to call it, Art Dad Chesty Times. Critical Role episode
Fur
36.
Tuesdays.
Fur Tuesdays. Critical Role episode 36 airs this week. I would like to thank Marisha, Liam, Danny, Max, Chris,
Love
Steve.
your shirt, by the way.
Thank you very much.
And
Thank
also
you.
to the audience.
Young Sinatra 5 this Friday. What?
To the audience, we're so sorry.
We're so sorry, you
Sorry.
guys.
Sorry.
Man, yeah, we really did good tonight.
Let's take a break and come back to the actual show instead of After Dark.
We should.
Yeah.
Let's get to some questions. Let's go. Okay. Goodbye, everyone. This has been the Critical Role After Show.
Yes, OG. Yeah.
I just asked Max, what should we do on After Dark? And his answer was, who gives a shit? That's the level of...
That's what your eyes said, Max.
That's what your eyes said right after your mouth said it. Guys, welcome to Tax Machina After Dark.
Tolks. It's pronounced Tolks.
My friend Patrick he says, hey, do you have Tax Machina tonight? I go, tax, like the tax man?
Wait, where is he from? Up north? Is he from
From Utah. People from Utah don't say Tax Machina, do they?
They got a little bit of that,
Does he ever?
a little bit of that Minnesota.
Does he ever ask you questions?
No, I wish. Guys, this is where we answer questions from an iPad. The first one is to everyone from Christina. Who would you high five with Bigby's hand, guys?
Who would we high five?
Yeah.
Like the Iron Giant, Ken Watanabe,
Good one.
Phyllis
man.
Diller for me.
Phil Stiller, sure. Gotta give Sam Riegel a high five with Bigby's hand.
He's a germaphobe.
Everyone in the Mighty Ducks, also.
Solid.
Shaquille O'Neal.
That was who I thought.
Really?
Yeah, my first thought was Shaquille
you gotta be
O'Neal.
someone big,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal.
Like
know what they say
Lucy
about-
Lawless.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yes,
Lucy
Xena.
Lawless is a
Fuck
badass.
Oh,
yes.
shit. Fuck yeah, Xena.
She can match that strength.
What about Zoe Bell? Zoe Bell, her stunt double,
Yeah.
would also high five her with.
Uh-huh.
By the way, nope. I need to look this up before I start saying things.
Statue of Liberty. I'd high five the Statue of Liberty.
There's a
Solid.
that's a
Oh,
good
that's
one.
a cool. Yeah, that's a cool one. I would
There's
do
a
that.
really great documentary with Zoe Bell on stunt women, and it's about stunt ladies. Shit, Zoe Bell, stunt.
Guys, here's one in the meantime. Wordy Wonderwolf. What's the lamest excuse someone has given you to get out of a relationship with you? It's a great question.
To get out of a relationship.
Yeah.
Lamest?
Double Dare. Double Dare is the name of the documentary.
Oh.
It's about women in stunts.
Oh, that's where they drop the slime on them and stuff?
I thought someone
you were
used
offering
Double
a
Dare as an excuse to get
Nickelodeon
out of a
show as an
relationship.
excuse.
That's not what she's talking
I
about?
gotta go home and watch Double Dare.
Also great.
I've got Double Dare in the morning, sorry.
Also amazing. There's a documentary called Double Dare about women in stunts, and it's amazing, featuring Zoe Bell. Continue.
She's the one that did the Tarantino Death Proof.
Yes,
Yeah,
she
the
is.
car
That's
shit.
correct.
Oh my
Yep.
God. I watched all the behind the scenes. That was
She's
amazing.
Great.
She's great.
You would love Double Dare.
Okay.
Fucking awesome.
But do they get slimed at some point?
Get slimed. No, it's such a disappointment.
Well, maybe
Anyway.
someone will make it. Did it
I've
on
only
YouTube.
ever been given good reasons to break up, like, hey, we're both going to college.
Right.
Not the same one.
Oh.
That's pretty valid.
Okay.
That's it, really.
Right.
I had one. This was an actual breakup. This wasn't somebody who was just trying to not be in a relationship with me. But I had one where I'm pretty sure he was telling the truth. But as I've thought about it as I've gotten older, I wonder now if he wasn't actually telling me the truth because it's a really good lie.
What was it?
He told me that he found out he had a kid.
Oh.
Yeah. I've dated some interesting people.
Danny.
Oh
For
man,
fuck's
I gotta go
sake.
to
gotta,
Latin class.
There was
I got a.
Latin class was pretty good for me.
There was context. It wasn't just that he woke up one day and was like, so I found out I had a kid.
The
he
context was his kid was 34.
but no, and so there's a whole reason why I'm not sure now, thinking back on it, whether or not it was real, because of the fact that he'd kind of had sowed the seeds of it possibly being a thing, and now I'm like, what if he just knew he was about to move and stuff, and was like, I'm just gonna say this so that I don't have to date this girl anymore.
We should check his Twitter to see if there's any tweets like, "No kids, life is great."
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yes.
So he never
people tweet
he had
stuff like
never had a
that?
Facebook page or anything like that. Though I did find out that I know what college he is working at now, because I Googled his name and I'm really good at Google Foo. So yeah.
Well, I've learned something about 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons.
This is After Dark, fool. 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons. Hey guys, V Tiefling. We'll get back. Let's get back onto pertinent
Take it
stuff.
back. Take it back.
That was a great question about relationships. The lamest excuse someone's giving me was one time this girl said, we gotta break up, blah, blah. I'm like, how come? She's like, well, you're going upstate. V Tiefling wants to know.
You're going upstate.
What would your strip club be called? Mine would be called the Siegfried and Roy. What would your guys'
Just a
be?
tiger lunging for someone's ball sack.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you know? You read my mind. A tiger lunging for someone's ball sack. Gift of the week. What? I think that is a sign. That's one of the astronomical signs.
I think mine would be called the tiger in the sack.
The tiger
Based
and the
off of
sack.
that.
Yep. They're all derivative of the Siegfried and Roy.
They're like little chains.
Right. Hey, remember how that lion tried to rip out one of the guy, maybe Roy, maybe it tried to rip out his throat?
Yep.
Do you think Frumpkin is going to try and do? What if he turns? Can a find familiar turn on you at some
Turn on
point?
me?
Can someone cast a spell onto him that turns him into the rabbit from Monty Python and the Holy Grail?
Possible. That's
Is it?
ridiculous. What a ridiculous question about
It's a
our
question about
make-believe
5th
game.
edition Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah.
He said convincing
I think
himself.
my strip club would be called No Vacancies.
Ooh. Because all the legs here are closed.
That's actually, that's a bar in Hollywood.
Sure, that makes sense.
Should we go there
Speakeasy?
after this?
It's actually great.
Hey, speaking of booze, guys, Crazy Shack 48. Max, how much liquor were you offered to do your Sam impression on CR?
I actually didn't drink anything before, surprisingly.
Max was so nervous, but he kept trying it out in front of all of us, and
He
we're like,
practiced
"You're
all week."
killing it." He practiced all week. We're like, "You're killing it, dude!" And then he killed it on the
He
stream.
did great.
It
My
was
favorite
amazing.
were the people who thought that Sam was dubbing over Max.
Yeah.
Right, that's
Yeah.
how good it was.
Amazing.
Yeah, a lot of us gave advice. I told him to just never stop smiling. Just spread your mouth open as wide as possible. He makes this sound a lot. Yeah,
Yeah.
and you're good. Just bare your teeth as much as possible, like an animal.
Right. Let's see. Let's see here. Swan Lady. Now that you are pirates, have you chosen your pirate name?
I guess that's a no.
That's a no.
Can we do it on the fly though?
Can we do it on the fly?
We're supposed to be like witty and good at improv, right? Our pirate names. As our characters or as ourselves?
Your
Does it
character.
matter?
Your
As our
characters. Nobody cares about you guys.
am
They
the
care about your
Frump King.
character.
Okay.
There
Okay.
you go. Done. Done deal.
I am.
Perfect.
Oh. 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 What?
Oh, wow.
What?
I can't see the monitor. What is happening? What's going on?
Our
It's
squeef.
my face on Caleb's running body.
Here comes our squeef. Yep.
I don't know if
That's
I'm in a
pretty
good
good. That's
position.
pretty good. Yeah.
Oh my God. All of these are going to be such gold.
I have so many regrets.
Guys,
Still there. Still going. Yeah.
that was amazing. Oh, I can't wait to watch that later. Hey, this is crazy. Bear Week. It's like Shark Week, but Bear Week. Did you guys plan the marigold color theme going on in all your outfits tonight? Look, I've got this. Your bra or whatever the fuck that is hanging out to the side has a thing. And Liam's got the thing on the thing.
Yeah.
Of course we planned this out, guys. We're expert YouTubers.
Hey.
My mom the other day was like, so I'm confused. Are you one of the YouTubers now? And I'm like, if so, we're the oldest fucking YouTubers in the game. I'm 53 years
YouTubers.
old.
I love it.
Guys, one more and then we have to get to the final question, which is really good. I've been stalling to get to that
Sit
one.
on it.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Liam and Marisha, old sneaks. Are your characters curious about how being at sea might affect Ford given what they know about his salty history? Now, see, salty is a pun there because of the sea being
Yeah,
salty.
it's a semen joke. I got it.
Semen is also salty if you have an imbalanced diet.
Yep.
Scurvy.
Damn it.
Not
What?
to be fucked with.
Yeah,
Oh.
for sure. And I'm also just curious to see what the two people who are from the Menagerie Coast do in reaction to this, because for us, I don't have to go back there. This is all, I wanted to, Caleb wanted to check out that tower, and Caleb likes, Ms. Lavore was really nice, but he feels the call to go, like this is a vacay, and he ultimately has to go back, and it's fine for him to walk away with it on fire.
Eesh.
So what are Jester and Ford gonna do in the hour of the first game? I don't know.
I feel a little bad. Feel a little bad for Jester.
Sure,
She might not be able to return home.
sure. It was
Don't
really,
know what we did.
it was really dark. I don't know that people got a great look at us. A lot of us can disguise ourselves.
It's hard to say.
She was already had to hide and stick around. Maybe it's not that different. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also, as far as a bunch of guards are concerned, they saw her kill herself. So there's that. Which
and
is like, it could be great. Could be great.
Could be. And then also Ford. Yeah, I mean, here we are on a boat. He's been hinting at his boat life, and we're on a boat now.
You get to see what that's all about a little bit.
Hashtag boat life.
Hashtag boat life.
On a boat.
Chief, what do you got in regards to that chest?
Oh boy, is that what all the side glances were?
What?
Waiting for.
Liam,
Covered it up. That's what happened.
what happened?
Boy.
Covered it up.
You couldn't snip it from earlier?
Oh, too
We need to
bad.
upgrade our
So
technology.
sad. Oh, no retroactive.
Chief
chest
doesn't
hair
have the
implants?
tools he needs. That's what I'm saying.
We don't have enough shots of Marisha Ray with Liam O'Brien's.
No, I was gonna put it
Hairy
right
chest?
here.
Oh,
Just
I
kidding.
love it.
We're not on Twitch, and I think the
Hashtag
Twitch guy
feminism.
left, so we could have done something like
Yeah.
that. Our final question of the night, viewers.
The doozy.
This one comes from. Now, man, this is good for, good way to end After Dark on a nice, wordy Wonderwolf. This is for all of us. Danny, you're included in
We
on
had
this.
3 B's, now we got 3 W's. Wordy
Beautiful
Wonderwolf.
business boy.
Yeah.
What's your best impression of Max's "I'm so done with this" face? Now let's each, Chief, let's go ahead and get a,
Right there, that's it.
That's pretty good. That's very good.
let's Liam, go ahead, it's your turn.
My turn, okay.
Yeah.
I want to see these.
Wow, yep.
Solid.
Absolutely.
Solid.
Marisha? Yeah. Yep. Ugh. God. Yeah.
It's pretty good. Actually, a lot of times it's Marisha!
Right. It's a lot of yelling.
Come on!
Yeah.
Marsha!
Marsha Roy! Which you started.
Right. Marsha
Yeah.
Roy. Yep. Okay. Mine is.
You could have been doing something great, Max.
Oh man, mine was gonna be the hair. Damn it.
Danny, I'm giving you time to come up with something else. Okay, Danny's turn.
Danny.
Mine is
Yep. Always flicking.
I don't flip my hair.
You flick it. You don't flip it. I whip my hair back and forth.
You do sometimes do the like.
Oh, I don't.
yeah, it's this.
Oh, it's the
this.
frustrated, like,
It's
yeah.
the frustrated.
That looks like a shampoo commercial. Yeah.
Yeah.
With a dark ending.
See? See?
You could have been doing
it's also-
something
this
great,
happens a
Max,
lot, too.
but instead you're here.
I'm here.
Yeah, lots of face
Yeah,
palming.
lots of.
You know, guys, it's we give
that's enough.
we give Max a lot of shit, but we love him, and he keeps everything working around
my
here,
God.
including our
does.
body parts.
So much.
Yeah.
Like Max touches every show just like he touches all of us around
Indeed.
us.
Whoops.
He's been touching
Yeah.
me for years, and I can tell you, every time I'm touched by Max, it's warmer, softer than the first. It knows me more than the last time.
A little bit more informed.
A little bit more informed.
Yeah.
The touch just becomes more and more familiar with
Yeah.
every passing week.
Hey, Lockie, are you here to say something super fucking depressing right before we go off the air?
Oh yeah, Lucky, tell
Why
us who
don't you
killed
take
herself-
us
who
out
killed
on the
himself.
shittiest note possible this week, Chris? Speak loudly so the folks at home can also have their night ruined.
Bill Cosby's in prison, y'all.
Well, that's good news. Ah, okay, well
Yeah,
that's
good
fine. That's good news. We'll go out.
News.
That's
Yeah,
just a fact.
comeuppance.
Let's go out on the highest note possible.
Yeah. Still a little
Bill
depressing.
Cosby's in jail, whatever the fuck.
You see?
Okay.